All right, folks. 7 o'clock, as promised. John and I are live. 7 p.m. Thursday, Central Standard Time, guys. We'll let a few people jump on here. Y'all let us know y'all can hear us, please. If you do in the comments. There's one person there. Somebody let us know. Hopefully everything, I got us blowed up today. Y'all can see everything. If y'all can see that jig, see, I got a different little screen. Y'all can see that, can't you?
I know where that came from.
Yeah. Look there, fella. Y'all can see it now that I got this layout right here a little different. There's 3 people on here. So they could start clocking in a little bit. Y'all let us know if y'all can hear us, guys, please.
Well, I guess I need to say something because I haven't said anything yet.
I think they can hear us. There's old Cara newbie out of Rome, Georgia.
And unfortunately, Jessica's not going to be with us tonight. She started a new job, and she said she needed a little R&R.
She done moved up in the world, guys. She's staying busy. Everybody said they can hear us loud and clear. Steve said sound is good. Michael Sands, Michael Clary, Bill Valentine's on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in, Bill. Sonny Mooney, loud and clear, he said. Mitch Huffman, how you doing, Mitch?
Hey, Sonny, boy, he got lucky on that drawing. Do we talk about that?
No. What are we talking?
He won. Sonny Mooney won. It was either 2 or 3 guide trips on that draw.
Oh, on the Alabama Crappie.
Yeah, that sucker guy. He was lucky as can be.
Boy, mercy. He should have went and played the lottery.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
Sonny. Talk about it. He won 3 trips.
I think it was 3. Yeah. I know it was to the point when they were announcing where I was like, is there any? How many Sonny Moonies are in there?
He must have bought some tickets. Good for him.
He did. I think he bought.
He said 4 trips. Sonny just said he won 4 trips.
He won. Yeah.
Good Lord, Sonny.
He bought a bunch of tickets. He bought a bunch of tickets. So
that's good for him, man. I'm all for it, buddy. That's awesome. He's got his year. He's gonna plan them out just right. He'll have his year made.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Sonny, if you need somebody to ride with you, let me know.
No kidding. Congratulations, Sonny. Heck yeah. Chad Gillen said it's storming around there. Brian Taylor, how you doing, bud?
We had
a new hat tonight.
We had a rough storm here yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Got to be.
You see that? Hummingbird sent out a bunch of hats to people. You got one yet, John?
I got one from Minn Kota. I didn't get one from Hummingbird. As many.
Yeah, Hummingbirds send them out because I got one from Johnson Outdoors car, and I was like, who sent me a Hummingbird hat? But they're just thanking some of their, I guess, their customers. So it's a Richardson hat. It's a nice hat, buddy.
As many Hummingbird units as I sold.
Yeah, I figured you'd have one before I would. Corey said he got a Minn Kota hat, so okay. So, hey, they're nice.
I want them to send me one of those new Minn Kota trolling motors. I don't want a hat.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'll promote the hell out of the trolling motor.
I think they're $3,600 to $4,200. I think they're saying.
Yeah, best I can figure, they're anywhere from $8 grand more than what they were before.
I bet it's gonna be nice because they learn from all the mistakes of the other one, and all the stuff that's breaking.
Absolutely. I mean,
there's
brushless.
Kobe, and
lift assist.
Destin's on here. What's up, buddy? Man, we got a crowd on here already.
Good.
Holden, he made it this time. He's usually late. Holden.
We don't want him to miss out on the getting to put in for the announcement that we're going to have.
No, we're going to announce it here in a little bit. I already said let a little bit of it slip on my page. So did John, but there's Nick Duchuk. He's tuning in. We got about 40 people on here, man. Y'all, I appreciate all y'all guys. I guess everybody's been putting up with a little heat, a little rain. They're still biting. I think, John, you kept 51 the other day, didn't you?
We did. We let some big fish go. I took my neighbor. He's my part-time neighbor. He's a veterinarian, and heck, that's how we met, was on the water.
That's
and
awesome.
Ended up the house beside me was going to go up for sale, and the 2 ladies that owned it, they're like, "We're about to put our house for sale." Oh, I said, "Can y'all please let me try to find me a neighbor before y'all put it on the market?" And so I got to pick my neighbor. It was somebody I met on the water, a veterinarian. Hey, let's give him a shout out. He's a good man. Dr. Story. He's a veterinarian in Opp, Alabama. So
there you go.
In the Covington County area, Coffee Covington or Crenshaw County area, and you need a veterinarian, Dr. Story in Opp, Alabama. He is a good man. One of the best people I know. He will be good to you and your pet. But anyway, he and I went fishing. We ended up with 51, kept 51.
That's awesome. That's a good trip.
And we let some good fish go.
I remember you telling me y'all let some big fish go.
Yeah. We got this lake that, that they drew down, and those big fish, they repopulated the lake. I like it when people let those big ones go. But, that's everybody's own opinion. But I was about to talk about something else, and I lost my train of thought talking about that.
Somebody's asking, Sonny, he's asking, have you ever changed the bushings in the Old Terra?
He's talking about the Old Terra.
Okay.
I haven't. I probably should. That thing pops and squeaks like crazy, buddy. Sonny, if you ever go somewhere like Lake Darbone, you'll want to make sure you've got some good lithium grease sprayed on those, or some they've been swapped out.
Is that the same bushings that's in the Ultrex?
That's what I think he's talking about. The
Ultrex. Okay.
And the Ultrex.
Patrick Stone or Eric put something on those bushings, didn't they, on their page? Maybe we can look it up.
Yeah. They the ones that he's talking about popping. I'm pretty sure they're on the Old Terra too, or the Old Terra.
He meant Ultrex.
He did mean Ultrex. Okay. Either way.
Go ahead, John.
Either way, Sonny, those things, man. I've got one that's not. I hadn't had it for 2 months, and I've had it a total of 7 or 8 months now, and that thing's popping and clicking.
I bet they fixed it with that new one.
I've heard that they did, but I'll tell you this: if you'll get that white lithium and you'll just coat it up good, it'll work on some of that.
Yeah, I'll have to find that video, Sonny, and we'll send it to you, man, because I know Eric and somebody was changing those bushes. I didn't
Patrick Stone, Lamar Button, they all swapped them out.
Yeah. My boss man said, Tommy Keller, when I win this trip, I'll split it with you. That's awesome.
He's flexing on you, Shay.
Yeah, look at it. I didn't know this. Big Daddy said that Dr. Bob Williams, MD, and Opp is a Camden native. Huh.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure Dr. Story knows Dr. Bob or Dr. Williams.
I'm sure
Dr. Story had a practice in Nashville, a bigger practice, and sold it, and then moved and bought that practice at Opp. And he thought he was a bass fisherman, and I brought him over to the better side.
Hey, you catch 51. Hey, he carried a mess of fish on, buddy.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. He's got a boat. He's got a boat that's nice. It's a twin to my boat, and a lot of the same electronics. And he catches fish all the time, but we just had a good day. He wasn't as familiar with the lake we went on as I am.
Oh, Dustin said he's having a hard time on lay right now. He said he's trying 30-second, 2-inch bait, smaller profile. And what would you tell him, John, to concentrate on the main lake? Because I seen
get away from all those creeks and stuff.
Yeah,
get out there.
I think John convinced me of that, especially at Mitchell and all that. Man, get out of those creeks, get on the main river, because I guarantee you that's where Jeff Towers is fishing.
Yeah, get out on that channel. Jeff had a fine tailgate of fish this week.
I seen it yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And
nice fish. He had 30, man. Dustin,
he did.
If you're not friends with Jeff Towers, he runs a guide service. What is the name of his guide service? Southern something?
Southern Scales, maybe.
Southern Scales, yeah. Dustin, he catches them down there, buddy. But I would get on the main lake, man, find you some fish. Maybe they'll cooperate.
Yeah, find something you're comfortable fishing out on that lake. On the river channel, and get out there on it, because those fish, they're coming out of those sloughs and creeks. They're coming out there to hang out from now to the winter time.
Matter of fact, I'll look that picture up, Dustin. I'll share it on here while we're sitting here.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, he had some nice fish. I know that's where he's fishing.
Jeff had a young kid on there that did really well, if I'm not badly mistaken.
Let me see. There's Jeff Towers. Let me pull this picture up. There it is right there. He had a nice tailgate full. Let's see if I can screenshot this and I'll share it. Like I said, it was a nice. He's still after him. So, like John said, he's now,
out there. The thing about Jeff, now I don't know if he's still doing. Jeff go down to the saltwater for the weekends, and when it's snapper season and work, so you got to catch him when he's available. up there at Lake.
Right.
But it isn't just Lake. You know, Jeff. I think Jeff works Mitchell too.
Yeah,
So
let me see here. I'll share this picture with you, Dustin. Let's see. I just took it off her head. Some nice blackfish. I mean, some good thick ones.
yeah.
I'll show you right here, Dustin. And I guarantee he's fishing on the main river, like he said, the main river ledge out there on Lake. If it'll load up, heck, come on. I don't know why it's so slow. There it goes. There you go. Dustin right there. That's some fine fish there, buddy. That's some help. You ain't gonna, hey, that's some good fish.
Hey, I always like it. The guys are real serious about taking a picture. Like we
stacks them up like cars.
Yeah, they're gonna stack them up perfect, and they're always gonna be turned the same way. I just dump them out a lot of times, and like, boom. Like I had those fish today. I just dumped them in the sink, and my buddy's like,
Dustin said he talked to Jeff. He said he spoke with him. He fishes the tournament series. Jason's coming in off YouTube. Appreciate you tuning in. He said Gunnerville's tough at times. He sees fish on stumps, 18 water not active fish caught in this. Man, yeah. He said it's slow up there. I guarantee you.
Jason, I know some friends that are fishing up there and catching them out on stumps on the main river. So don't give up them stumps.
Yeah, I know. What is Morgan and what's Todd? What's his buddy's name? Is Todd? Todd.
Yeah,
They be catching some nice fish now.
Yeah, Todd's a good dude.
Jeff, he's talking about going down the. Jeff Chowers goes down where I fish a lot down to Demopolis too. He'll slip down there. About July, he'll slip down there. There's Hoss Watson. Man, we got 60 people on here. This thing's cranking tonight, buddy.
Good.
That's awesome. We got 60 people. We might as well go and announce what we're going to do. I'll take 60 all day long.
Get after it. Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're about to hit 5,000 followers. Let me look to see. We're at 4,000 and hang on just a second. I noticed it this morning. We were at 4,912. So we don't like, but less than 100 are hitting 5,000. So I talked to John. We were discussing. We're going to give away a trip. One person's going to go with me. Yeah, it's 2 trips actually. Me and John went we went last 1st of October last year. John and Jessica came up and I went, and we kept 92 fish. I ain't saying that's going to happen this time, but we caught them pretty good. We're going to give away a trip. One person's going to go with me. One person's going to go with John. That video that's on Shane Jones fishing page, just down a little ways. Y'all share it, and we're going to draw the winners out of that. As soon as we hit 5,000, we'll probably have to do it again and give everybody a chance, because hopefully we'll hit 5,000 before the weekend's over with. I hope we do.
But we want you to like the video.
That's right.
And share it.
That's right.
And I'll share it too. The video that Shane put out. And if you'll like and share it between everybody that does it, we're gonna pick 2 different people.
Right.
To one person that wins will go with Shane, and one will go. And Jessica will probably be with us, or with me. And so we're gonna have a big time. So,
we'll get out there. The good thing about one person, guys, you're not gonna miss anything. You're gonna be sitting there getting to see a front row seat. We'll have the cameras going. Man, we'll try to share as much as we can share, whoever wins that, because 5,000 people is a big deal to me, man, because we started this thing in February. That's 5,000 legitimate followers. That's no bots and no nothing in it. 5,000 followers, which is great. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all. So we're going to announce as soon as we hit. We're not but 85 people away from 5,000 or something like that. So I appreciate everybody sharing it, and everybody's sharing it and give it away.
Yeah, just share it, and if you share it, put what it's out there for. I mean, you don't ever know. We might pick somebody randomly to give a fishing pole away, some jigs.
Yeah, you don't never know, man. We liable to blow. Well, we hit 5,000. We liable to blow it out and give some outlaw poles away.
We got Steve at Limits Tackle.
Steve's that little bait right there. Y'all can look at it all you want. That is a Limits Tackle, and look. Since y'all can see, I'm going to pull on this bait. Y'all see how far it's stretching? You can pull on it and just stretch the mess out of it. It's a little 1.5 inch monkey milk. Steve will probably be on here in a little bit, I'm sure, if he ain't fishing.
Dr. Story fished for one the other day when we caught those 51 and had the same plastic on the whole trip.
Big Daddy will tell you too. I done got Big Daddy's done turned into a monster, John. He'll go out there and, man, I went fishing with him the other day and it was so funny. He was like, "Where you going?" I said, "I'm not." He said, "I'm gonna go to the back and you go to the front." And he done whacked him 15, 20. I mean, 6 months ago you would have never heard of that. He said, he done went and got him some minnows at Lofton's. He's back there whacking him 15, 20. He's gone to the house and it's so fun. Somebody that's 72 years old is just whacking them like that. It's awesome to watch somebody get, somebody getting into it. And when he first started, he's like everybody else. He wasn't just sure about it now. I thought it was funny. He was like talking to you. Said, "Man, I'm gonna go to the back and I'll get my 15 or 20. I'm gonna go home." You're just like, "Man, it's like that,
Hey,
I like
it. Get that confidence.
Hey, I'm telling you, and he gives old Joe Allen hell now. I'm telling you, he's done turned into a monster. He'll start. Man. Hey, my phone will start going off before 9 o'clock, John. Boom, bing, bing. I got my dozen. Bing, bing. And he just texting him, and I ate it up. I love it. So.
Well, what about Joe Allen? When you gonna get him coached up?
Well, Joe Allen's got a big deep sea boat. He used to redfish a lot, and Joe Allen he needs to sell a couple. He needs to sell a couple boats and get with the program. I can't believe he ain't on here, but hey, Joe Allen can fish. He just he just lost a little confidence. That's all.
I didn't know. I feel like he can still get on that bigger boat.
Oh yeah, he got that. He's got one big boat there at Taylor Ward's. I think he said he's gonna push to sell it. At CT Ward Power Sports, he's got one. Let's see. Jason McDaniel's talking about fishing with Todd. He said I fished with Todd a good bit. He showed me some stumps on the Creek Channel. There you go. So Todd been catching some nice fish, man. I see him post them every week. Him and Morgan or somebody. Anytime you get a chance to go with somebody like that knows the water and ain't, not afraid to share anything with you, man, that's good.
Oh yeah, Todd's a good dude, man.
They're good guys, man. It's all a big circle. Like I said, old country cousin Greg, his page is ridiculous. He's 25,000 followers. He been catching some big bass in some ponds somewhere. He ain't saying where, but I've been seeing him post it up. He sure has, man. I appreciate it. They got 70 people on here. Man, I appreciate all y'all.
I'm gonna try to cut out about 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, where you going, John?
You know where I'm going.
We're actually going to Grenada.
Yeah.
John said he's gonna leave early in the morning. I'm gonna try to cut out tomorrow evening, maybe, or I may get up early Saturday morning. Depends. My boss man let me off, man. He's good to me, so I might as well thank them because, hey, to be honest with you, at the end of the day, I wouldn't be doing none of this without Jeremy and Gary and them because that's my boss man. They're real lenient on me. I do get to fish a lot on the weekends and got some great guys that work for us. We're a mechanical contractor, guys. We do everything, like I said, from running pipe fitting to changing 22,000-pound burners. We're getting into all kinds of stuff. And, always check with us. I'll tell you if we can and can't do it. If we can't do it, we got somebody involved in our group that can. I promise you, man. They're good to me. And might as well shout them out while I'm sitting there talking about them because, like I said, they take care of me 100%.
Now, what Shane's talking about, we're going I'm leaving early, 2:30 in the morning. Going to go to Grenada, try to get out of there on the water before 8. And we're going to be there till Monday. So hopefully we'll, between the two of us, we'll get some footage.
Yeah, we'll know where not to fish anyway. By Saturday at lunch, we'll know where not to fish. I promise you that. So.
Absolutely.
John knows the lake a lot better. That was Tim Pentecost. He's here. I can't. Shiloh's slacking. Where is he?
Where is Shiloh? He
I don't know. It's Country Greg's at 31,000. Never mind. Good Lord.
Dang.
Man, he's awesome. He's got a big following for him. Congratulations, buddy.
We're gonna start off at Grenada. If it doesn't act right, we'll shift.
Yeah. Ron Haynes gave me a little insight on Enid. I may have to go back to Enid. He put me on some fish last time I was there. We had to weed through some small ones, but he hopefully we'll go over and catch some fish. It's fun just to go somewhere different. John catches them down by him, and I catch them. Miller's Ferry and everywhere. It's just fun. It's just fun to go somewhere different. We're staying at Slabbing Cabin. Old Stephen Rudolph, his place, man, super nice. It's booked up right now, but I think Eric told me they had some openings in September, in October. So hopefully.
That's great that they're staying booked up.
Oh yeah, that place is super nice, man. It's got that birch wood in it, man. It's one of the nicest. There's Ron Hames right there. I texted him earlier, so I got backup plan, John. If we don't, Ron, I got some good friends over there to help me out. So they're not gonna let me over and get me. They're not gonna let me embarrass myself too bad over. I appreciate it, Ron.
Hey, it happens to the best
it happens,
of us.
man. Hey, them silly fish will drive you crazy.
I don't know if Cable's on here or not, but I'm gonna bring him a quart of gumbo either way.
I got. He
got one of the last 3 quarts of gumbo.
Hey,
so,
I got I'm gonna go and tell him. Hey, it's right here. I'll be bringing this over there. It's frozen. I don't know if y'all see the label on this thing.
You got
that possum bean sausage up there. It is unbelievable, guys.
That stuff is fire. Good.
That comes from Camden. I brung it over there to Kegel's at the slabbing cabin in July, last month. And he was like, man, Jones, no. He said, you can't be bragging on that sausage too much. I said, this stuff's serious. Matter of fact, it's serious. I went and bought $400 worth last week. I left it at Jenny's house like a dummy, but
yeah, Shane brought me 3 pounds of it. It is fire. It is good.
It's some good sausage. Old Parker down there at Possum Bend, it's unreal how good it is. We like to eat, we like to fish too, but I thought I'd share that with you guys. We're not sponsored by him, but I wish we was, because I would sure take him up on. He wouldn't have to pay me anything. I just get some of that sausage.
Hey guys, here's a good tip for somebody. If you're going somewhere and you're showing up to go fishing with them, and you're not showing up with a boat behind you, bring something. Whether pork skins, some sausage.
Hey, bring some snacks. Hey, that goes a long way with people.
Just bring anything. I mean, some ribs, throw on the grill. Just bring something.
Hey, that's exactly right. Hey, I'm blessed. Guys I've been bringing here lately, Melvin's on here. They'll bring sandwiches and that.
Yeah.
Hey, if you the fish kind of slow down, you can always eat, take a break.
You dang right.
Oh, Jason from YouTube.
I'll tell you this about Shane. That dang Shane, wherever he goes, he's going to bring a ribeye loin. He's going to bring some sausage. He's going to bring some chicken.
You'll live it once, buddy. I can't control the fish, but I control that food. The good Lord blessed me with a good job. Hey, I'm going to bring it. That's
right. It's like when I show up, like this, I tell Shane, whenever I go somewhere, I feel like if I don't show up with something, I'm like, my mind's not right. I want to bring something to say, hey, I appreciate, staying with you or going fishing with you.
That's right. Right. Yeah. It's whatever what you like doing. Hey, your wife make a cake, you can bring a cake. I'm 270 pounds. I ain't turning down nothing.
Yeah. Have y'all ever fished Neely Henry?
Yeah. Jason Daniel, he's coming off YouTube. John's done fairly well at Neely Henry, Jason. He probably gonna tell you his holes, but he's fished it a good bit.
Jason, that's one of my favorite lakes in the state of Alabama. It lays out for what I like to do, and if they're where I like them at, we can be very competitive.
That's right.
Now, if it gets where it's not the way we want to fish, then we don't do as well. But either way, I love that lake. I would love to live closer to that lake so I could fish it more often. Neely Henry, I love it.
Yeah, I know you're doing well. I seen y'all done real well up there. What'd you weigh in that first? When I first met you, John, what'd you weigh in that first tournament?
Well,
12 pounds?
Well, there was four tournaments there at one time that we'd either finished first or second in 4 tournaments. That was the first 4 tournaments we were fished there.
I remember that.
Yeah.
The one I was there, there was some. I think y'all won it, maybe the one I was at. Me and Ryan fished.
Yeah, and but we had a stretch there. The first 4 tournaments we fished, we either finished first or second in them, and then this year we got 4th and messed that up. But oh well, I'll take 4th every day.
Yeah, it's hey, I appreciate it, man. Let's see, guys. We're gonna share some tips. I'm gonna show you the general area I've been fishing. I've been finding. Me and John were discussing it. These holes where that white is on these channels, guys. I'm telling you, we got into a discussion last week. Big Daddy, I left him and I just went downriver and went in one of these holes and found some structure there. And guess what? Fish were there. I mean, they were there. Studying maps is not going to hurt you at all before you get to that water. Even if you think you know the river like the back of your hand, you may say, well, that may be silted in, or go check it. Go side scan it. Go do whatever. You don't ever know. As far as
Hey, while he's got that map pulled up, we talked about that horseshoe at the top up there.
Right.
All right, so everybody look. Do you see how that creek channel crashes into that bank?
Right over here on the left side, yeah.
Yeah, okay. On that left side, wherever you see that creek channel smash into a bank and you've got those real dark lines, that means it's a drop off. And it's a deep hole into a bank. If you find stuff in there, typically, you're going to find fish.
There just happened to be a big pine tree right in there. It's in the water. And I've caught a ton of them off of it. So, that's a good thing about it, guys. Study the maps. That's Navionics. I made the first comment on here, guys. On here, I put Navionics. You can study these maps and look at that water. Look for those places. There's a lot of natural cover in those holes, and there's a lot of man-made stuff put in there also. So,
Yeah, places like inside the middle of that horseshoes where you want to hide, well, not necessarily hide stuff, but put stuff. If you want to put stuff out.
It just, naturally, like John was sharing these pictures, that's a stump or something on the creek channel right there, just loaded with fish. I mean,
that's on the edge of the Tennessee River. Whenever you can find those stumps right there where it's falling off like in that and makes that little pocket like that, you're usually going to have your little sweet spot.
Yeah, that's a dock you share with us. There's a big root ball. You can see that root ball. If y'all was wondering, I'm going to share these settings. You see how clear that is, guys? I mean, you can see the shadows of those crappie right there to the right of that.
Shane, I got one of those good feeling messages this week. Had a guy, he said, I went out and caught some fish. And he said, I was not seeing anything on side imaging where I could understand it. And he put our settings in that we shared.
Yeah, these right here. There they are. There they are right here. Right there's the settings.
He put those in this week and it helped him. And that just makes your day.
That's awesome. That's what we do it for, guys.
Yeah, it makes your day. Yeah.
Here's Mike Hill's asking about Lake Master or Navionics most. I mean,
buddy, unfortunately, I wish that they worked together, but you got to buy both.
Yeah, I just got my Navionics card in right there. What does it say? South?
If you're going to travel and go to different lakes, you're going to have both. So, like, one of my closest friends fishes Alabama River all the time, and he and I went to Lake D'Arbonne the first time we ever went to Lake D'Arbonne, and we went on his boat. He had a 21-foot skeeter and beautiful boat. Anything you can imagine on it, minus a Navionics card. Got to D'Arbonne, couldn't see any contour lines. If anybody's ever been to D'Arbonne,
it's dangerous.
You want to make sure you got that. He had Lake Master cards, and luckily Brandon Threadgill was out there pre-fishing and let us borrow a Navionics card. So if you're going to Mike, if you're going to travel, my advice to you is get Lake Master card and a Navionics card.
Yeah, especially at Miller's Ferry, Mike, a lot of those creeks aren't mapped. John showed me that when we went last year. I was aggravated. My Lake Master card, man, I went up in several creeks and they were just mapped in the mouth of it, and that was it. And he said Navionics. John was back there following a creek channel. I knew where it was, but John was back there on Navionics running it. He was already snatching fish off stuff that it took me to find because it's Navionics. I was like, hell that. Now I'm fixing to. I'm going to order me one, Mike. He was already, it took me several weeks.
Months. It was months. Yeah, Shane, you've been doing it for months, and you said, I've been mapping that thing out and marking.
Yeah, because you told me to record it, remember? And
yeah.
Let's see. Corey's asking a question. why would my transducer show 4 to 8 foot different than a Lake Master Plus and Live Scope? Huh. He
That's
checked.
common.
I was going to say his offset, but he said he had it set at 0. So
That's common, bud.
is it?
Yes. I don't know where they were that day. They were mapping. It happened. I have been places before, and it'll be totally red, and you can go in there and it'll be 20 foot deep. It's embarrassing how pitiful for what we pay for, because those cars aren't cheap.
No, them cars are $150.
Yes.
I bought this Navionics. It was on sale for $100. Big Daddy hooked me up. But
yes,
you're right.
it is absolutely ridiculous what they ask you to pay for that, for what they did. I watched a guy do it one day. He was on a crusty old looking boat, and he was running around us and our boat, and we're trying to fish, and we were speckled trout fishing actually down south in South Alabama, and he kept going around us, and finally the guy I was with, he throws his hands up, and gives in, what the, and he said, "I'm sorry guys, I'm just mapping." He's like, "What's about damn time?" Because none of the area was mapped,
Right.
But at the time we didn't know. It was just going in circles around us. I might have talked about this before on here, but the mapping, that could be drastic improvement in mapping.
Well, a lot of them scared the stumps, and I understand, because a lot of those places are the stumps and the mud flats and sand flats and everything. So
yeah, but my thing about it is, I don't know if you've ever turned your auto chart on your Humminbird.
I have.
It maps a good ways out, so they could make a trip in there and try to find the channel and back out and do it twice, and at least give some kind of detail to some of these creeks that they didn't even try. They did not try at all.
They went in there about 100 yards on some of those creeks. Lake Master did.
And they said, "Hell with it, we go."
Yeah, they turned around. Yeah, and John told me how to record, and it only records so long, whatever gig card you have, what I done, I went through there and made me waypoints on the edge of the creek channel.
I think you get about 5 hours of record on there, but you can buy that auto chart live if you ever go somewhere and you just absolutely want to have it and gotta have it. They make a card called Auto Chart Zero Lines card for Humminbird, and you can put it in there, turn your auto chart on, and it'll map wherever you go, and it's a larger amount, so you could chart a lot of things.
Yeah, I think Chad's making the comment, like you said, you need a Lake Master and a Navionics card, because you can gather a lot of information off both those. I mean, if you're blessed to live on a lake, guys, that's charted, hey, great. But these river systems that we fish, hey man, it's
Michael, they're not just for birds. Every unit, when you go in there and search for it, will have you'll see for whatever you've got. Now, if you buy a Garmin unit and it's the 6 series, whether it be all right, some of them says XSV, but like when you get the 8000 series, it'll be 8400 series don't have the maps. 8600 series will have the maps. So you need to study the model you buy of each unit, and some of the units will have maps and some won't.
Right.
But here's the kicker to that. So let's just say you're buying a Garmin for the front of your boat for live scope. Why would you want to buy a map for that? Because you're not using it to navigate, you're using it to fish with.
Using it for live scope.
Save that $150 to $200, and you don't need that map.
Right.
Because I've never heard anybody that's got an 8616 say, "Oh, I've got an 8416." Most of them go ahead and buy the 8616.
Right. Mike Hill's asking this question, just like you said. You have to have 2 Navionics chips if you want. Each unit's got to have one, Mike.
That's correct. That's correct.
I've got one for the back and I've got one for the front. That way, even if you have them linked together, it is still
right. Whoever was the engineer for Humminbird and realized they could sell more cards and more cords for each unit that son of a gun has made them some money.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's like, salesmen for Snap-on in these vehicles. They keep designing different screws, and
Oh yeah.
bolts, and
Oh yeah.
everything where you got to buy a different wrench, and you know how it is. It's the same
Yeah.
scenario.
You try to link two hummingbirds. You got to have a dongle for each end.
Oh, I got dongle cable. Then you got to have the 20-foot connecting cable, and
yes, the engineer for Hummingbird, I tip my hat, buddy. You were thinking.
He's made it. Let's see if I missed any questions. I see Jessica Miller Buckmaster. She's going to be at the deer show here. Jessica helped me get this thing actually started. She was the second one to give away a trip.
She was. I remember that.
In February, yeah. You remember that name, Buckmaster. She's going to be at the deer show.
I said she's got the perfect name to sell any timber block or hunting block.
She's a local real estate girl here and lady here around. She's going to be at the deer show I think she's giving away a deer feeder. She'll be at the deer show. She's a cool cat though. I guarantee you she'll draw some attention to herself. She's a pretty lady and she got a great personality, so she won't have any trouble at the deer show. I promise.
We would like to have her back as a advertiser on.
Oh yeah, she sells some houses around here, buddy. She don't play. She sure does. Let's see if we got any. Do you put both cards in at the same time, Sonny? No, you put one in each unit. Can you run both? Hold on. I get it. Can you put an avionics and a hummingbird in there?
Okay, so you can choose which one, but when you say two, so you're gonna need one in your front unit, one in your back unit.
Yeah, right.
So,
you can't put two cards in one unit, an avionics and a Lake Master, can you? It's gonna choose one of them, right?
You can choose between the two.
Okay.
I know you can on a Solix for sure.
I'm not sure about a Helix. Okay.
Yeah. I tip. Well, here's my reason. Here's the reason I don't know. So I have two. So I'll put one in my map unit in my console, and then I'll put one up front, and that's where I need them at. So I have two Lake Masters, two Navionics. So whenever I go somewhere, I know which ones I need, and I'll swap them both out. And then I'll put them back in my special place on my boat so I don't lose them.
Amen.
Tiny.
That little card holder, yes.
They're tiny.
Yeah, they're a little bitty because these are mini SD, right?
Yeah, they come in a sleeve with the the regular card holder, but they're micro SDs. So
Mitch is saying his Helix is freezing up here lately. I wonder if it's time for new batteries.
Mitch,
I don't know.
No, I had the same issue. If you haven't updated your units, mine started glitching.
I got you.
And
I'm telling me that.
I am terrible about updating Hummingbird. And so if you haven't done that as of late, do that. And if that's not the case, call Hummingbird. Because I'm going to tell y'all right now, Hummingbird has the best customer support. They've always been real good to me. Yeah,
I know Garmin. I called them. My trolling motor was acting a little, wasn't responding. And I called Garmin, and you get this guy on the phone, and you're like, man, I ain't going to say nerd, but this guy don't sound like he knows what he's talking about. And you hear him turn his trolling motor on, and you're like, hey, I got one right here in front of me. And he gives me all this. It's unreal. Like the customer service for Hummingbird and Garmin's awesome. I mean, it's crazy. You would speaking to the guy, you're like, oh, this guy's, and he turns his on and directs you right to it.
I'm gonna give y'all another tip if you hadn't run into it yet. So if you have a problem with anything you got, the first thing they're going to ask you is what update you're on.
Right.
So don't call them. Unfortunately, I hate to say this, but don't call them until you update your unit, because that's the first thing they're going to ask.
First thing they're going to spit out.
They're not going to try to troubleshoot your unit. They're not going to do anything until you update it. And before you can get a new transducer or a new black box or a new graph or send your graph in for work, you're going to have it updated. So before you try to troubleshoot your unit with customer support, make sure you got the current update.
Right. I know, John, you told me that when mine was acting a little funny, but I've got to move my transducer up. So hopefully tomorrow evening I'll try to move that baby up. I got to get my other truck and get my drill and everything else. Since I bought that newer truck, all my old tools are in my old truck. I'm having to run back and forth and get stuff out of them. Hopefully I'll get it all situated. So let's see. I'm trying to see if I missed any questions, guys. We've had 60, 70 people on here. I appreciate everybody, guys. Big time. What's the best process to update? Corey wants to know up there in Rome, Georgia.
What? Hey, ask him what. All right. So which unit are you talking about?
I don't know which unit Corey's got.
He'll
I guess he's got the Helix. I'm guessing.
Okay.
I'm guessing he's got a Helix. To be honest with you.
Once he says
he got a Helix 12. That's what he.
Okay. All right. So this is what you need to do. This is the only way I've ever updated my Helixes. Is I got my laptop out, went to Humminbird. You go to support, and then you go. I want to say it's like downloads, and then you'll. So here's the cool thing about a Helix. All right. Let's say you've got 3 Helixes, which I do in my case. I have a Helix 7, 9, and a 12. You can download every update on that card. You put it in the 7, it'll pull the update for the 7, upload that unit. You put it in the 9, it'll pull the update for the 9. You put it in the 12, it'll pull the update for the 12. So you can put all 3 updates on one card, and it'll update each one as you put it in each unit. So that's a little hack for anybody that wants to do it.
That's cool.
But here's the deal. You need to make sure that you've got your specific model. So the 9 that I run up front on my boat, I just specifically use as a map. It is it's called I don't know, it's the bottom of the line Helix 9 Gen 3, I want to say GPS or something. It only has 2D sonar on it. It's I got the bottom because I knew I was only going to be using it for a map.
That's right.
You got to pick that specific model when you download those updates.
He's asking if they're different gens. Does it matter, John?
It does. You get all right. So when you're downloading those updates, you need to make sure you get your unit,
right?
Whether it be HD, SI, or whatever it is. Get whichever one it is for your unit. Look on the back of your label. On the back, it'll be right there where everything plugs in. Get exactly what yours is. Download the card. Get the other unit back where everything plugs in. Exactly what it is. Download it, and then once you do that, update them all.
Right. Like I said, Car, when you taking lunch at work, you can get in there and click away and update all those things. I need to update mine. Somebody was asking a good question. We're going back to fishing here. Tara said, what's the water temperature you start scanning creek channels, and what temp do you move out to the main river? I mean,
that question varies so much that it's unreal.
Oh, it's unreal because like right now I'm still catching them in some creeks, and but they're bigger creeks, so not small creeks. And there's some people catch them on the main river. So.
Well, we had a weird year this year. We had a lot of early summer rain that kept our water temps.
They sure did.
Down.
It just now got warm. It's now got to 90 degrees.
Right. So when our water temps shoot up, it pushes them out, out to the river.
That's what we're running into in Grenada right now.
So this year was a weird year because we had so much rain and kept the water temps pulled down. So what you've got to do if you want to be an angler that's on top of the game is go out there and do your scanning, and you're looking and dropping that trolling motor and looking around to stay on top of what they're doing. It's never easy, especially on a river system. It's never easy because the fish are they're never doing the same thing. You got to bump around and say,
yeah, they're moving with the bait.
Yeah.
Telling them they're moving with the bait just as fast as anything.
You just got to realize this isn't working. Go here, try this.
That's right. Let's see. Oh, this is a good question off YouTube. Jason Down, can I link my Garmin 93 and my 106 SV? You can link those two together, right? The 93 and the 106, both of them Echo Map series. I think you can.
Maybe.
Somebody can answer that for us because I've never linked those two together, but I think you can.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I've been in a boat with a guy who had a 9. Yeah, David Tarter said yes, you can. I've been in a boat somebody had a 9 in the back and had a 106, a 10 in the front. They're saying yes. So hopefully they'll help us answer that, because
I don't think you can do it by cable, but I think you might. That's what it is. That's what it is. You can't hook a 93. All right. There's some glitch with it. I can't remember what it is.
We'll figure it out. Like I said, hey, we'll get you the answer if somebody don't answer for us, Jason. We'll check into it. We don't want to tell you.
I'm supposed to know that, and I apologize.
I've been in boats that to be honest with you, Jason, I didn't pay attention how they had them linked, but I know people that have them linked. Now, I don't know if it's by, like you said, cable or just Bluetooth or what, but
I'm 100%. There's one of the 9s that you cannot get to communicate with another series, and that might be the 1222 communicating with the 993 SV.
I know that they can't, can they?
I don't think they can. That's what.
But those are both Echo Map series, the 93 SV and the 106 SV. So maybe everybody's saying yes, you can. So
yeah, so I should know that. But
Bill Clark's saying the new 93 SV is Bluetooth, so that would make sense.
Maybe that's what it is.
All Garmin stuff Bluetooth, even my trolling motor guys. So Jason, I would, but like again, Jason, you call Garmin, man. Those people, you'll leave them your callback number. They'll spit an answer out at you so fast, man. It's awesome. I mean, in a heartbeat. I've had to call them. The only bad thing about Garmin, they're not open on Saturdays and Sundays when most of us blue collar people are fishing. You got to call them during the week. So
Humminbird isn't either. So
Saturday. But hey, I've messaged John on Saturday.
Don't you start.
Hey, cussing and fussing. When I was in Florida, hey, them people probably knew him at Lake Talcott who I was for sure.
I don't mind, guys. I'm messing.
Yeah, no, we've been there, guys, and done some like.
If you get in a bind, I mean, just hit me up on Messenger.
Well, John, I'm borrowing John's transducer. Well, actually, I'm just gonna swap him because I'm not pulling that transducer back out of that boat because I lost about 4 pounds. Right, y'all guys, that transducer plug's about that big around, and whoever builds these boats, guys, put a piece of 2-inch PVC, not that corrugated dryer vent.
2.5.
And bend it, heat it up, whatever. If I built a boat, I would put because I have a 2-inch corrugated like your dryer vent. Got ridges. It is so hard to get something. I had to tape it, spray some. All I have was avocado oil, to be honest. I'm spraying. I didn't have EWD-40 because some other truck guys, and I know that's funny, but I had avocado oil up my nose, in my ears. I'm trying to fish this thing back through that pipe where I pulled it. Finally got it through there, and John let me borrow his, and Joey, a transducer doctor, fixed some other one. He actually mailed it out today. But, hey, it was comical. And I finally got through there, but I can't stand these little pipes, man. It's ridiculous.
I got so many jokes right now I can make. But, no, honestly, if you're a boat maker, think about how many cables we run on a boat these days. A 2.5, 3.
Yes, you can put a PVC all the way down the side. My boat's full of foam.
I mean, it'll be such an easy fix before you run the floor.
It is absolutely, like I said, all the little power wires, they're little bitty 14, 16 gauge wires. That live scope transducer is that big around, and I fought that thing.
Can y'all see it? Shane out there spraying that avocado oil.
Hey, I called John. He was cleaning fish, and I was like, man. And what the bad thing is, guys, I had it fed all the way through there, didn't know it. And I'm pulling the cord on this end, shoving it on this end, and I look at it's tangled up in some other wires. I had gotten it through there. I've been yanking around for 20 minutes. I was like, so I pulled my power wire off of my unit, the power wire, which thank God it was a little bitty. So I had to get a fish tape and fish it through there, and that was the least of my problems and butt splashes. It's 100 degrees out there, and I'm underneath the pecan tree, and it's still hot. But man, that's just a comical thing we go through for these stupid fish.
Hey, no, we probably need to do some our sponsor.
Yeah, we done got
talking about avocado oil.
We're talking about. Hey, I try to be real about it. Like I said, that's the realest stories I can get with you.
I'm trying to make it family friendly. I'm over here.
Yeah, hey, I did. I have avocado oil. I'm telling you, it was bad. It was bad. Let's thank some sponsors. I've already thanked RMC guys. Let's see. We'll let you do Andalusia. Go ahead, John. Before we get
before we get totally cross-threaded.
Yes, go ahead. Thank Andalusia there. They're great.
Andalusia Marine here in Andalusia, Alabama. I live in River Falls, Alabama. Guys, if you want a boat and you want awesome people to deal with and have your electronics installed in a great way, hit up Andalusia Marine. They've got pontoon boats, stick steer boats, bass boats. I mean, they're known as the stick steer headquarters for the United States. If you want that paw boat, fish in the front, they got it. They've got every trolling motor you can imagine, any electronics you can imagine, any lithium batteries, chargers, or anything. And they carry a full selection of outlaw crappie poles, which are an awesome thing in themselves. Please hit up Andalusia Marine in Andalusia, Alabama. They're great guys. They're closed this week. They always close the 4th of July to give them a week off, and that says a lot about them. Hit them up. Great guys.
Yep. Yeah, appreciate them, man. I appreciate old Chad Clifton right there, Power Brakes. I posted a picture of mine. I've been running the crap out of those things, guys, and they've been performing flawlessly. He's been a good guy, man. I call him. He's Johnny on the spot. He's finally getting some of the things back from Powder Coat, and they're shipping them out, and people's ordering them.
Look at that warranty. I mean,
yeah, 2-year warranty with a breakaway system in them. Can't beat that, guys. It's got actually a shear pin in that head right there. Instead of breaking your shaft, that shear pin's going to break and shear, and then you can put it in there. But Power Brakes, Game Changers, Chad Clifton, awesome guy, big time. Of course, Steven right there, I eat breakfast with him all the time. He get a 10% discount for mentioning CrappieKast, guys. He's servicing heating and air conditioners right and left right now, doing installs. You got to get somebody you can trust, man. That when you come to heating and air, and that's Steven's one of them, man.
This time of the year, that heating and air, you don't play with it.
No, you do not. It's the time of year, guys. It's working hard right now. Of course, D's always sponsoring everything. He's sponsoring the giveaway. He's busy with Alpha Plumbing. Like I said, anything to do with septic tanks to water heaters. His sign's right behind me right there. He's been with us from the get-go, guys.
Hey, Shane, D hit me up. I think he's going to come down here and spend the night one night.
Oh, yeah. Hey, he'll go get her now.
Hey, take him fishing.
There's Taylor and Jessica Ward. They've been with us since day one also. The road's back open in front of their facility. Excel boats, coffee, pontoons. Their service work they're staying busy with doing service work. Mercury and Yamaha dealer, man. Your batteries, like John was saying, your electronics, anything you need to upgrade right out there in Camden, Alabama. I appreciate Taylor and Jessica. I don't think we forgot anybody. Let me look and see.
Taylor and Jessica, they got a fine line of lawnmowers too, don't they?
They got the Hustler lawnmowers. They're advertising them right and left. Great lawnmowers. Let's see here.
My lawnmower's about to give up. I'm afraid I'm going to have to go see them.
Oh, yeah. Hey, he's got some nice ones. They got a big old cup holder in them, too.
I love I love those side-by-sides. If the military didn't work out for you, you can get your own Humvee.
Yeah. Hey, Eric said when he comes back on this side of town, he's going to do it. So
Good.
Let's see. Let's see if we find any question. Let's see. That's a good question there, Tara. It said, when you find small fish loaded on some structure, will they move off and big fish move in, or small ones stay there all the time?
Oh, I got a good tip for Tara. All right, Tara. So here where I live, we have a lot of small fish. And sometimes they're the active ones on the top. So during this time of the year, if I've got a stump, let's just say it's a stump, but doesn't have like a bunch of roots at the bottom. It's just a stump coming up, and there's fish all over the sides of it. So what I'll do is I'll drop my jig intentionally. I mean, those little Rudy Poos they'll come after it, and I'll drop it past them, and I'll drop that jig all the way to the bottom. And I'll give it a 2 count once it gets to the bottom, and I'll start slowly reeling it up. And a lot of times I'll catch those bigger fish that are sitting below those smaller fish. They're they're, the small ones are up here. Here's the stump. They're sitting on the bottom waiting to come up and be active feeders. So what I do is I drop it all the way down there at the bottom, give it a 2 count, and start slowly reeling it up. And I'll catch some of those bigger fish that I don't see on the top of the stump. So don't always fish. If you throw on that stump and you see them with a live scope, you catch those little 8-incher, 6-inchers,
Mm-hmm.
throw it in there and go to the bottom, let it get to the bottom, and then work it from the bottom up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I do that a lot with them stumps. I'm going to bang the bottom of them. The very bottom on, like John said. Because some of those bigger fish are just down there relaxing, and they're just down there chilling, trying to get away from them.
So here's the stump. A school of shad comes in, they come over the stump. They're not, those big fish aren't wanting to fight all these little Rudy Poos to get to the shad. When they get ready to come up and feed, they'll feed. And
they're going to push them out of the way. When they want to jig, those little fish aren't going to get in those big fish's way. And like I said, Terry, you're not going to catch 20 and 30 big fish off these stumps this time. You're going to pick up a couple. The other day, I caught 6 off a stump in that video I put out, or 5 or 6, and that was like unheard of. But the first one, I threw a black and chartreuse Reuben in there, and the first fish come up and just kind of swatted at it. And I was like, well, he didn't see it good. So I put some garlic on there, fired it in there, walked it in there a little slower, and one of them come out and sat on it. I set the hook, and it fired the rest of them up. And now when I come by there, I caught 6 of them off that stump. But I had to sit there and throw at them a few times, especially when you're looking at the live scope. For sure.
That was a good question, though.
Oh, yeah, heck, your question. They're laughing at my – they're still laughing at the avocado oil up there. That's all I had, guys. And you know what? If I'd have used my brain, I probably should have took that fish tape and shoved it through. I had a string through there, guys. A quarter – I mean, good size rope. But it was what it was doing. It was coming in there hanging on those other. I had 4 or 5 different wires in there. It was awful. Ridiculous. Oh goodness. Charlie Rice, there's a question. He said, "I do a lot of brim fishing, so he don't use much electronics. What's the first thing he should get for crappie? What would you suggest?"
My bad. I didn't read the whole question. I thought he was talking about brim fishing. I was like, side imaging.
Yeah, yeah. I got a picture of it right here. Look. Charlie, I'll show you right here. There's a brim bed right here somewhere. Where's it at? Don't let me find it. There it is. Boom. That's side imaging picture, Charlie, of a brim bed right there.
You can see those white dots.
You can see the white dots inside the black ones. You can see it.
Yeah.
That is brim on bed right there, Charlie. Get you a good side scan image, man. Buy you a 9-inch Humminbird, a Gen 4 settings that John shared. I mean, wouldn't you say that would be the best suggestion?
He's asking what he needs to do for crappie fishing. Charlie, if you've got side imaging already and you're using it for brim fishing, get better with your side imaging, and you'll find places to crappie fish out on the channel edge and stuff like that. But
it's like that right there. He's side scanning those docks.
But if you don't, and you want to if you want to further yourself, into crappie fishing, get you live scope and stuff, and I'd say if you're going to buy the live scope, at least it's tough. Everybody wants to start out with a 9-inch unit. Start out with a 10.
Yeah.
If you
at least buy a 10-22, Charlie.
Yeah.
Everybody, I've done it. John done it. I bought a 9, and next thing you know, you're buying a 10. And people always ask me, if you can afford a 10-22, go ahead and buy one.
Yeah.
And we're at $1,200-$1,300 now, I think, John.
Somewhere in there, 11 to 1,200. Yeah, if your budget will allow you, it's a big money thing. You know what I'm saying? You're having to buy a black box and a transducer and a graph. I understand it's a lot, but don't. A lot of people will go and they'll be like, all right, I need to get a side imaging for up front of my boat and a side imaging for the back. I don't suggest doing that. If you're going to spend that money, go ahead and save you a little bit more and get you some forward-facing sonar for the front of your boat and some side imaging for the back. A lot of people, like I made so many mistakes when I first started out by just buying stuff because
Yeah, I did too.
I watched YouTube and this guy had this.
Yeah, and you know the best thing to do, Charlie, is ask somebody like this on the show.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
just because
Ask
learn from
or
our
message
mistakes.
us.
You know, and
Message us.
spending money. You know, because I ended up buying a 12, but the 10 was doing the job fine. But when I'm guiding and I'm sitting below those guys, the 12 helps me see a little better. But the 1022 would do the job fine. Big Daddy's running a 106 SV. That's a 10-inch screen, touch screen. I mean, it does a fine job. Sometimes you can catch them on sale.
So I was pushing poles and stuff like that before, forward-facing sonar. Well, I thought side imaging was what I needed it all over my boat. So I had put side imaging under my front trolling motor. Well, when you go to, if you go into a turn with side imaging at the back of your boat, it distorts it. Well, I had side imaging under my trolling motor. So when I would turn my trolling motor, I was distorting the image all over the place.
You were going right, left, right, left.
Yes, terrible. But I thought I had to have it up there. And I made, I didn't know any better. But I knew I wanted to get in the game and I wanted to get the latest and greatest technology. But, hey, that's why before you buy, text somebody or call somebody that's actually doing it, so you don't waste that money and have to research.
Yeah, Charlie, I mean, if you talk to 2 or 3 fellas, and like me and John's both agreeing on a 1022 or a 106 SV, we're not going to try to steer you wrong. Just save that money for that unit, and you won't have to be talking about it again. If you buy a 9-inch unit, that thing, a 10-inch unit, they measure from corner to corner. So a 10-inch unit is tremendously bigger than a 9, believe me. As far as the size of the screen. And you can, as far as live scoping, you get a good mount that you get it up off your deck, you can fish fine with a 106 or a 1022 for sure. But I would, like I said, you can message me or John, and we'll hook you up with somebody to get you one. Charlie, if you're going to spend that money, because you're going to spend $2,400 buying the black box, the transducer, and the screen. So buy it as a package. So. Let's see.
And if you want somebody to help you with it once you get it, let us know.
Yeah, let us know, man. Like I said, it's
Shane says it all the time. It's kind of what we started this.
Yeah, that's kind of why we started this thing, because John and I, we would be talking this all night long. Nobody watches TV. Heck, we don't watch TV, and we were answering questions, and I would be pumping gas, and somebody say, "Hey, man, you mind setting my settings on that thing?" Heck, no, man. Let me get over there. I'll fix it if I got time. I don't have to be there till 6 o'clock. So, I don't mind at all, and I like doing this stuff. So,
hey, Shane, I was up at Lake. I haven't even told anyone this. So I was up at Lake Mitchell, and there was these 2 guys that were taking out, and they were talking. We were both, putting our boats up, getting everything ready to travel.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "We bought this live scope, and I'm about ready to sell this thing. It's terrible." I said, "You mind if I look at it?" And he said, "Oh, no, look at it." He said, "I'm ready to sell it." I said, what I should have said was, "I'll give you $1,000 for the whole rig right now."
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm being a good guy. Like I always try to help people. And I look at it. His angle on his transducer's wrong. I look at his settings; they're terrible.
Oh yeah.
And so I said, "Look, man, I know what your settings on. I know where your transducer's at. If you want to get it set back to where you had it, here's my phone number. Call me tomorrow, and I'll put you back where you were." He said, "We're gonna fish tomorrow, and I'll call you." He called me back. He said, "We catching fish. We catching fish."
It's amazing, guys. It's like, if you've never welded before and the settings are off, it's that extreme. You're like, and sputtering, and then when you get it tuned in, it's like Big Daddy says, his is dialed in, son. You couldn't.
He said, "We catching fish. We catching fish." I said, "Well, do you want your old settings back?" He said, "No, buddy, you get rid of those."
I got in the guy's boat, John, and he had his HRS was off, and his pitch angle, it was looking out 10 feet and was looking straight up like that. He said, "I can catch fish right on the boat." I said, "I guess you can, but you can't see but 12 feet. And I set it up, and he got up here and said, Well, hell, I can see out there 30 feet. I said, yeah, that's exactly right. Let's see, man.
I will say this about that. None of these units are the same. So if you
No,
have
man,
a
each one
problem,
different. Like, Trey Wade was asking a question right here. It's a great question, Trey. He said, what's the difference between a 1222 and a 126? I heard the 126 is better, so that's what he bought. So tell him the difference between those two, John.
Well, you got touchscreen versus a knob.
Right.
Same processor. That's basically what I can tell him.
One's maps and one of them don't, right?
Yes.
The 1242 has maps. The 1222 don't. So.
Right. That's exactly right. So the 1222 has that knob that you zoom out with. He's zooming it out by touching the screen.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
I'm
not going to say one of them's better than the other.
Trey's a big bass fisherman, so he's going to keep his rant out there at 65, 70 foot. So, you know, he's a big bass fisherman. So
I can't believe he's not throwing out the 120.
Yeah. Hey, he's going to learn out there. This is a great question. Tara's coming in with a question tonight. Why is it you can catch crappie in 2 foot to 15 foot deep in the same day? They follow bait or weather conditions more often, or that's just crappie fishing.
Tara, when you figure all that out and write a book,
please let us know. Matter of fact, you can come on the show and explain it to everybody.
We might need to have Tara's has some good questions. We might need to have her on the.
I ran into her at the gas station, her and her husband, if I ain't mistaken. I think I did right there at McDonald's. And the name of that store, McDonald's. And we got to talking, and man, crappie, they don't do anything by mistake. They know where they are. There's going to be bait in both those areas, Tara. It might be there's bait coming through both those areas, or they're not going to be there. The oxygen's enough to carry those fish there. The thermocline, obviously, right there where I found those fish off the main river in that flat, there's water moving across there. You know, so they're there for a reason.
Tara, I love Shane's answer. I'm gonna give you mine. I go fishing, and if I don't see them on one area, I go to another one. And I just keep moving. And I can't make any sense out of it. I'd love to, and I'd love to know why they do it. That way, the next time I can relate it to something else. But I'm the type, I just bump and move.
Me too. That's exactly right.
Oh,
I'm like you, John. I'm just, if I find a pattern that day, I'm gonna try to repeat it somewhere up and down that river.
But I'll tell you this, Tara. If you ever go fish any of the county lakes like this time of year, and that thermocline's dead set in, just fish above it. You'll be just fine. Yeah. Because
that thermocline is distinctive on that live scope, guys.
You dang right. And in those county lakes right now, it's got those crappie just here it is, and there they are.
They're sitting right above.
You might not get them to eat, and it might be 20 feet down here and 5 foot below the surface up here. They might not eat, but that's where they're gonna be, the big ones.
Yeah. Cover some water, man, and the thing about it, me and John can give y'all tips and everything. But once you find your own fish, guys, remember the time of the year. If you have to keep a journal, and hey, I caught them right now. Just like me and John know, we're giving that trip away in September. We know where those fish should be, and they should be there. And we're gonna go over there and try them. But if they're not there, we're gonna go somewhere else and see where they are. But we're pretty sure they're gonna be in a certain area. And me and John we were laughing at each other. John and Jessica, we were catching fish. All them fish we caught we was inside of each other. I watched John catch one. I hear him woo over there, and but keep your journal if you have to, Tara. Write it down.
Especially if you catch one off one of your waypoints that's really hot, write it down. Write the date down. Write down what you're doing. Write down what the barometric pressure was, the moon phase, the water temperature, and the air temperature. That way, next year when you go again around that same time, you'll know where to start at.
That's great, man. I appreciate it. We've been on here an hour, 10 minutes, guys. There's 60 people still on here. I mean, that's unbelievable. That's the most I've seen at this time. We got up to almost 70. Appreciate all y'all. Appreciate all the questions.
All right. Hey, before we go
ahead, John.
Let's say this. All right. So Shane earlier shared a video.
Yep. It's on my page, guys.
I'm going to share it on my page. If you like it, you can do both things. like it, and share it, and it enter you in a chance to win one or two trips, either with Shane or Jessica and I. And all you gotta do is like and share it.
Like and share it, guys. We're giving sponsored by Alpha Plumbing right there. We're gonna give away a trip with me, one guy, and one guy's gonna go with John and Jessica. We're gonna go the same day. Hey, we'll stop and eat lunch, have a good time. We're gonna catch some fish and have fellowship and show you why we love what we do. And we'll share all kinds of information,
and
y'all.
It's a celebration for us getting to 5,000.
Exactly. We're almost 5,000 people, and that's genuine followers, and I appreciate it. But I want to thank all our sponsors again. I'll run through them. RMC Mechanical. Make sure I go through all these. Andalusia Marine, right down there by John. Power Brakes. One Call Heating and Air. Alpha Plumbing. CT Ward Power Sports. I think I got them all. If I don't, I'll make commercials for them all during the week. Y'all support these people that support us, guys. That's what this thing is, a big network of people. We appreciate all of them. I hope we have some fun, man. It's been fun. I enjoyed every show, and this thing gets better and better thanks to y'all. Y'all asking better questions. There's people sharing tips on here, helping each other out. It's awesome to watch this thing grow.
Hey, y'all follow us for the weekend because
and we're going to Grenada, guys.
I feel like I'm gonna catch a bigger fish than Shane.
Yeah. What is that Wheeler right there? Wheeler said, who just texted me? Jake just said he's fishing with you. He wants to catch some fish. So Jake Brown said there he is right there. No doubt. There he is right there. Jake and Wheeler and Shane and Tim is going with us. We're going to Grenada. They're going to get there early Saturday morning. So
who's fishing with me, Shane?
Jake Brown. He's right there. He's ready. He's wanting to catch some fish. He's a good fella. You'll enjoy fishing with him. We're all going to Grenada and fellowship and eat and have a good time and hopefully get on some fish. So.
Well, I hope you don't mind being on YouTube because we're going to record.
No, Jake don't care.
Okay.
Jake's got 4 kids, son. He's got a basketball team.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, guys, we're going to let y'all get off here. Thank y'all for tuning in. I thanked all the sponsors. We still got 45 people. We'll be back next Thursday. We'll talk. Hopefully, we hit 5,000 people. We can give that trip away next Thursday. I hope
we're
so.
We're going to do it.
Thank y'all. Sonny, look on my page, Shane Jones Fishing. That's where the video is on the giveaway. John, you stay on here. Appreciate all y'all. We'll keep y'all updated. Y'all stay tuned. We're going to share some pictures this weekend. Some big crappie. I hope so. Thank y'all.